Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights. So day 3, European Championships is in the book. Have a look at this Ippon, absolutely incredible, no? Day 3 is always the best day, and specifically at the European Championships, just so many strong competitors at the heavier weights. Now this is Hajiev at under 90s, and he ended up taking out Bakauri, which is absolutely insane. Threw him for Ippon, and rarely do you see him being thrown for Ippon. Sometimes he'll get a Wazari against him, and then he always comes back. Such a champion Bakauri is, but no coming back from this. Massive Uranage. And then Hajiev, he went on to win at under 90s. Here he is against Alex Crate. Really quick Uchimata for a Wazari. And then in this next exchange, check out this throw. Kind of like a one-handed Sode, drop Sode. And Pirelli, you'll see him coming up shortly. He did this twice in his bronze medal contest. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, this was the score in the gold medal contest against Toth. Wazari into the Osaikomi. Now, at the European Championships, you can send out 2 athletes to 2 categories from the same country. In Azerbaijan, they sent 2 people at under 90s. So we had Hajiev here, who took gold. And then there was also Fatiev. Now, I think they were trying to figure out who to take to the Olympics. But I mean, Hajiev, his performance just so dominant, taking out Bakauri, taking a gold medal. And here's Bakauri from earlier on. Got through his first 2 contests pretty well. He was looking pretty good. But I mean, when does Bakauri not look just like this? He's always really good at just coming in aggressive, throwing people whenever he wants. So that upset against Hajiev was pretty surprising. And he goes through into the bronze medal contest up against Fatiev now. And so I mean, when your teammate has just destroyed the guy who, I mean, you're about to lose to in the bronze medal contest, I think that might kind of solidify your Olympic chances, especially considering that at under 90, I imagine Bakauri's probably going to be the favorite. And then for the other bronze medal, we had Alex Crate winning his match against Van End by Shields. So here's just an earlier highlight of his. Moving on to under 100s now. And under 100s, I mean, there's just so many good, dominant fighters. But it was the man, the recent newcomer on the scene, Kanikovitsky, just walking through everyone. So I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's a bit sad because Adamian, he's also at under 100s. But Adamian ended up getting eliminated early, going out against Kumrik. Almost good enough for a Wazari here, but not quite. It's a bit unfortunate. I thought Adamian would be a real dominant force on the tatami for quite some time, but it appears not. I mean, just look at this judo that he has. It's absolutely incredible. You know, one part of me just kind of thinks that his stature, he's not as tall as a lot of these other guys. I mean, I'm sure he cuts weight, but I mean, on the screen now you're looking at Kotsoev, and he's just an absolute massive guy at under 100s. And then you got to think about Krapalik. He kind of goes between plus 100s and under 100s. So Adamian, I'm pretty sure he can't make it. I can't imagine him at under 90s, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just making excuses. It's kind of a good problem to have, you know, for Russia. They've got 2 really strong guys at under 100s, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Kanikovitsky who goes to the Olympics and not Adamian, our current world champion, by the way. So as you're seeing, we had Kotsoev. He made it all the way up to the semi-finals, and then Solomanzi as well, making it really far. He didn't quite go all the way though, coming up against Kanikovitsky, of course. I mean, this youngster, he's just a real problem at the moment, going through everyone. And then he pulled out a new technique. Have a look at this, a kataguruma. Don't usually see katagurumas at under 100s. Now they did say Ippon, but they ended up changing it to a Wazari. Still ended up winning the contest. And then for the bronze medals, Pirelli, he pulled out this technique twice. This kind of weird one-handed drop-down Sode. And it's kind of strange because, I mean, you can do this and they don't categorize it as a reverse Seoinage, so might see more people kind of use that as an option in the future. And then for the other bronze medal, we had Coral, and I didn't pick him to win this one. I thought Kotsoev would probably do it. Kotsoev been on really good form recently. But Coral, I mean, he is always a strong competitor. Have a look at this. Put Ashiwaza. And then in this next exchange, gets him with his technique, the Kochi Makikomi. So at plus 100s now, and kind of a similar story for under 100s for Russia. Just two really good guys, Bashayev and Tasoev. But I mean, Bashayev, he's had his chance at the Olympics. Took a bronze medal, didn't he? From memory, took out Teddy Renier, did he not? So I think it's time, might be time for Tasoev to get in there. He just seems to have slightly better results. So Tushishvili, I mean, this match here was really interesting. Bashayev versus Tushishvili. Almost a score there, almost gets a counter against Bashayev. But then comes out with this, just amazing throw. Have a look at this also Togari. Just the way his body was positioned, I thought he was going to go for some kind of left-sided technique. And then this also Togari just comes out of nowhere. Have a look at this. That's an amazing throw. Can't believe they gave it a Wazari too. Should be Ippon. So Tushishvili also looking really good at plus 100s. He's had some good results, you know, getting through Saito. Bashayev as well, but I think Tasoev is a bit of a problem for Tushishvili at the moment. And so eventually those two did meet in the finals. But here's just a couple of earlier highlights from Tasoev. Just a really agile guy at plus 100s. Just some of the stuff he does is absolutely insane. And then of course he's got that Russian strength. Just able to power through things like this. Absolutely amazing. So this was the gold medal match. And Tasoev gets a really nice counter here. Tushishvili tries for that low driving Ochigari. Tasoev gets the counter. Brilliant stuff. And then Bashayev, he was in the bronze medal contest against Spikers. These two kind of looking more the part for plus 100s. Tushishvili and Tasoev, kind of big, muscular men. But these two more on the chubby side, I would say. Bashayev with that driving, stays strong as he goes down to the ground and continues that technique. So bronze medal for Bashayev, and then Fizel on the other side of the bracket, he ends up getting his as well with a nice piece of newaza here. So you can see he's got that top half locked up, kind of an underhook on the one side, the other hand wrapping up the head, gets the legs out and straight into the osaikomi. And before we get into the results from the women's, check out this really nice throw from Fizel. It's got a sleeve, and then just waited until Blue took a grip on his gi, grabbed the lapel, went for a nice osotogari there. So the gold medal contest at under 78 was pretty insane. Wagner here almost gets an osotogari. Chiumeo, I mean, she did really well to kind of roll out of that. It looked like she put her elbows down, but she didn't. And then she comes back with this technique in the golden score. Check out this Ochigari. So that was really impressive to see. For the bronze medals, we had Linnea, and she gets a counter here. Kind of a low uranage. Picks Sampaio up and dumps her over. A really nice counter. And then Boehm taking out Litvinenko. Just a double sleeve. Seoinage here. And then lastly at plus 78, Tolofua, she gets thrown by Hershko. Really nice Sore Surikomigoshi here. And then in the bronze medal contests, we had Fontaine. She gets an early Wazari with a, I think it's a Uchimata Makikombi here. Just enough for a Wazari. And then Ozdemir in her bronze medal contest put a Newaza to secure the Ippon. So that's it, guys. There'll be a top Ippons video coming for the European Championships. But tomorrow, there is the All Japan tournament. It's open weight, probably the most prestigious tournament here in Japan for the men's. So I'll probably be covering that tomorrow, and then I'll just delay the Top Ippons video a little bit. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.